بسم الله الرحمن الرحيم الحمد لله رب العالمين والصلاة والسلام على سيد المرسلين كلما ذكر الذاكرون وكلما غفل عن ذكر الغافلون أما بعد. وقال الله تعالى في القرآن المجيد القرآن الحميد بعد أعوذ بالله من الشيطان الرجيم بسم الله الرحمن الرحيم وعاشروهن بالمعروف واحسنوا فإن الله يحب المحسنين. وقال رسول الله صلى الله عليه وسلم خير متاع الدنيا المرأة الصالحة. وقال رسول الله صلى الله عليه وسلم أنا زعيم ببيت في أعلى الجنة لمن ترك المراء وهو محق. وقال رسول الله صلى الله عليه وسلم أنا زعيم ببيت في أعلى الجنة لمن حسن خلقه أو كما قال عليه الصلاة والسلام. My respected Muslims, one of the problems which humanity at large faces today is family issues. And in that, one thing what we hear, which is very, very common, which we hear again and again, is called domestic violence, a word. And this domestic violence in the most advanced, the most educated countries like the US, every year because of that the cost, the legal cost, the shelter cost, the prevention cost, the helping the victim cost is $36 billion a year. In New York City, 1/3 of the people who live in homeless shelters or homeless people, 1/3 of them are the victim of domestic violence. The third reason in this country where most of the people become homeless is because of domestic violence. Two people don't get along, husband and wife, parents and children, brothers and sisters, living in the same house. 60% of domestic violence happens in homes, in the home. And the time frame is from 6 p.m. to 6 a.m. Even the time has been quoted. And what is the outcome of it? Every year, 3 million children get affected by it. What happens by that? That the care which should be given to these children and the love which should be given to these children and a healthy environment which is to be given, because of this 30 to 60% of domestic violence, the children become the victim of being neglected. They are neglected. There is one very famous scholar. He has written a book. It is called Tarbiyatul Awlad, and it's been translated into English, Upbringing Children. How to upbring a child. And in that he has written one thing, Very, very interesting, very, very interesting. He said when parents argue in front of their children, and it becomes a habit of arguing all the time, arguing all the time. And the results of the argument is the children. These children, their self-esteem becomes so low that they become drug addicts. They become involved in those things which would ruin their lives. Their life would be ruined. Because every time they would be in the house, they would see the mother and father fighting. And every child loves the father also and loves the mother also. That the parents turn their own children into criminals by showing them, and what is it? It's a struggle of power, ego. I am the man of the house, or the woman, I am the one in control. Rasulullah sallallahu alaihi wasallam has described the rights of a mother, the rights of a sister, the rights of a daughter, the rights of a wife. What's the right of the husband? What's the right of the father? What's the right of the son? What is the right of the brother? Now we know the rights. Now we learn the rights. And now we carry out the rights. Whatever our custom, traditions, our environment tells us, we consider ourselves that, okay, I am fulfilling the right of my mother, my father, my husband, or whichever way it is. The only thing which will enable a person to fulfill the rights, it may be a man, it may be a woman. The only thing which will inspire and motivate a person to fulfill the right is the fear of Allah. The fear of answering to someone who has authority, someone that who is always looking and always seeing, someone that was appointed angels to record each and everything what you do. That's why Rasulullah sallallahu alaihi wasallam puts it in a very nice manner, and he says, خير متاع الدنيا المرأة الصالحة. The most valuable thing in this world, the most precious thing in this world, is what? A woman who has inside, inner inside, she has piety. She has taqwa. She has the fear of Allah. She understands her responsibilities. That what is her responsibility? That no money can buy that salah. There is no price tag on that. There is no price tag. That one woman who has self-respect, a woman who has honor, a woman who safeguards her dignity and honor. Rasulullah sallallahu alaihi wasallam says, any woman who respects her husband, safeguards her dignity and honor and loyalty, and prays her 5-time prayers. Very simple. She can enter into paradise which 8 ever doors she went to. Simple. It's a very simple thing. In our culture, we don't honor a woman. When a daughter is born, if the first child is a daughter, because we have in our Asian culture and even in the Arab culture, it's a question of a waris, inheritor. Who will become my waris? Who will become my inheritor? Who will keep my name? Oh, the daughter has to be, after that she'll be married and she'll go someone else. How the parents treat the daughter and the son. They are not treated equally. They are not treated equally. Majority of the times, even today's time, when inheritance is distributed, the daughter never gets anything. Oh, she's married, she has no share in this. Oh, my parents gave her everything at the time of the marriage. She doesn't have anything. She has no share in it. This is zulm, and this is the right. This is giving up someone's right and taking someone's right. It is not permissible in Islam. That's why Rasulullah sallallahu alaihi wasallam, he would say that when the time of your daughter's marriage comes, person who has a daughter, and he has to marry the daughter, what should you look into the person? What should you look? What do we look today? Oh, he's a doctor. He's an engineer. He's a money-making machine. He's this. You know, just yesterday, 2 people came to me as soon as they found out. One incident, one person, his niece got married, very rich family. Very rich family. The girl got pregnant, and it was her first pregnancy. And you know, as a girl. So they live as a joint family, and they want the girl to do everything. So the girl said to the husband that, look, you know, I am throwing up, I have morning sicknesses, nausea, I'm not doing well. So, you know, can I just go for like some time to my parents' house so that, you know, I can rest and, you know. So the husband said, well, you know, I don't have money. They're millionaires. The girl told her parents that, look, you know, okay, they said, okay, they send a ticket for her. She went to the parents' house. The husband went to drop her off, see her off, text her, everything fine, everything good, you reached safely, everything good, this. After 1 week, the mother goes and says, oh, your daughter is not worth my son, and this is $1,000, and my son wants to divorce your daughter. He says, what has happened? What has happened? What's the problem? Nothing. Your daughter did not ask me, did not ask us, we're the head of the household. That's it. My respected Muslims, think what would that mother go through. Think what that young girl is going through. What is that young girl going through? This has become daily stories, daily incidents. Daily incidents. And the only reason is we don't fear Allah. The only reason is that, you know why this happens? Interest and haram. When you live on interest, you live as cursed, you're a curse. And anything comes with you, that curse is going to affect them also. A person who is cursed, he can never be happy in life. And everything which is that curse is going to affect everyone. There is no happiness. You can live in a big house. Doesn't matter. It's a curse. And it's such a major problem today. There was a time that divorce, when a person gives divorce, Rasulullah sallallahu alaihi wasallam says, unjustly, when a person gives divorce, unjustly, the arsh of Allah gets shaken by that. It shakes the arsh of Allah. The throne of Allah shakes. That why is this injustice done? Injustice. And why is it? It's all, at the end of the day, it's ego, money, power. This is who we are, showing. We've lost humanity, that we are human beings. Treat someone how you would like to be treated. Treat someone's daughter how you would like to be treated. You know, the biggest, one of my friends says very nicely, the biggest zalima, the biggest oppressor in today's time in every house is the mother-in-law. As soon as she becomes upgraded from a mother to a mother-in-law, while she's a mother, everything is fine. As soon as she's upgraded and she becomes a mother-in-law, everything changes. Everything changes. You're telling the son, your wife is like this and 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 like this. Constantly brainwashing, poisoning the son. And they are always having arguments. Always fighting and arguing. My respected Muslims, that's why Rasulullah sallallahu alaihi wasallam says, when you marry, how do you marry your daughter? إذا أتاكم من ترضونه دينكم فزوجوه. What type of boy should you look for your daughter? Who has deen inside him, who has the fear of Allah inside him. Not money, not rich, not things, not doctor, not engineer, not degrees. Fear of Allah and piety inside him. You're not selling your daughter. People sell their daughters. Or they buy the son-in-laws. Sell or buy. Oh, my father gave you this. Now they're fighting all the time. There is one person here, you know, that he used to be a physician. And then something happened, he lost his job, his practice, everything. And now he drives a cab. So his wife says, my father married me to a doctor. He says, no, your father married you to a cab driver. That she cannot live with that my husband is a cab driver. People lie to people. Rasulullah sallallahu alaihi wasallam said about your nasab and about who you are, never lie. The curse of Allah will come on you. People lie about their nasab, that my father is a rich man, my father is a doctor, my father is this, just to influence the other person. Why? What difference does it make? You're ashamed of to tell someone that this is my father and this is my mother? You want to just show people that who you are because of material things, your value will grow in a person's eyes? That what type of person should you look for your daughter is a person who has deen. This is one thing. Let's come to the other point. And then Rasulullah ﷺ says, وَإِلَّا, if you don't, تَكُنْ فِتْنَةٌ وَفَسَادٌ كَبِيرٌ. If you don't marry your daughter to someone who has deen, then dunya is fitna. Dunya is what? Mal is what? Mal brings problems. Money brings problems. Money is not the solution. People think, oh, if I have money, I'm set and I'm fine. My respected Muslims, is the money halal or haram? Is the money earned taking care of the commandments of Allah or breaking the commandments of Allah? If money is halal and tayyib, it will bring happiness into your house. And if that is earned by lying, by cheating, by frauding, tax, whatever you can call it, then there is no blessing in that. It will bring problems with it. Al-haramu la yadumu wa la yanfa. Haram does not stay and does not benefit. Let's go to the other part. What about the son? What type of daughter-in-law should you look for your son? Rasulullah says, Tunkul mar'atu li'arba'in. A woman is married for 4 things. People look for things. Limaliha. She has wealth. In one hadith, Rasulullah said that the Jews, they marry their daughter because of wealth. Nasara, they marry their daughter because of beauty. And Muslim marries his daughter for deen. A Muslim marries for deen. So one thing is Limalia, because she has money. Li Jamalia, because she's beautiful. Li Hasyabiha, she has a family status. Rasulullah said, put all this on one side. And the 4th reason is deen. Fakhtar bizat ad-deen, taribat yadak. Rasulullah said, from 4 of all these 4 options you have, choose the last one who has deen. Why? Deen is an inner beauty which Rasulullah mentioned in the first hadith I mentioned. خَيْرُ مَتَاءِ الدُّنْيَا الْمَرْأَةُ الصَّالِحَةُ. The most valuable thing, the most precious thing in this world is a pious woman. A woman who has inner piety. A woman who has the fear of Allah. A woman just knows that my husband has a right on me. If I serve my husband, I will enter into paradise. After Allah and His Rasul, the greatest right on me is the right of my husband. If I look after my husband, if I take care, if a husband is upset with a wife and they sleep at night, the whole night Allah and His Rasul and the angels curse on that woman because the husband is not happy. When a woman will fear Allah, she will say, no, I have to make my husband happy. What happens most of the time? Most of the time, Rasulullah sallallahu alaihi wasallam mentions in a hadith that I saw a lot of women folk in the hellfire. So he was asked, what's the reason? He said, Kufranul Ashir, ungrateful and unthankful to their husbands. Oh, what did you give me? What did I get? What do I have? Always being ungrateful. That ungratefulness of the husband. When 4 women sit together, all of them opens the files of their husbands. Oh, my husband is like this and my husband is like this. Backbiting and gossiping, and that poor guy is working and working and working and working to make her happy. He's doing 2 jobs to just meet her demands, just to keep her happy. Working, and she's never happy. He's always complaining, always complaining. You haven't still made it. You haven't become Bill Gates yet. When are you going to become Bill Gates? My respected Muslims, money cannot buy happiness. Money cannot buy happiness. Learn your deen. Learn, bring the fear of Allah. Bring your trust on Allah. 2 things. 2 things Rasulullah sallallahu alaihi wasallam said. Az-zina yurasul faqr. Adultery inherits, a person who becomes addicted or has a habit of adultery, he'll inherit poverty. Adultery of the eyes, adultery of the ears, adulteries of the mind. Husband, wife together, they don't even have quality time together. The husband is on his phone, she's on her phone. They don't even spend time together. She's when they're in their room, she's on his iPad, he's on that's it. They're in their own world. There is the modern technology and the modern things have connected us to the social world, but we have disconnected us from our own families. We live together, but we're not together. The people who are far away, they are connected to us, and the people who have to be connected to us, we've disconnected with them. We have no connection with our own children, with our own wife. No connection. Remember, I always say, when your wife, when your daughter, when your son tells me, Dad, put your phone down. Put everything down. Listen to them. Because they have something to tell you, something to share with you. Don't neglect them. Oh, I'm talking with my friend. I am in business. I am busy. I'll talk to you later. You'll do it once. You'll do it twice. You'll do it thrice. They will lose trust and they will lose your love, and they'll become the victim of cybercrime. They'll start telling their problems on the net to people they should not be telling. And when you realize that what has happened to your children, it's too late. What has happened to your wife, it's too late. The husband doesn't trust the wife and the wife doesn't trust the husband. They want to go on each other's phone and look what you're doing. You don't trust each other. If there is no trust in the marriage, forget that marriage. You're going to fight every day. Oh, what she'll be doing. Never lie. Be honest. Be honest. Anything happens, be honest with your wife. Be honest with your kids. Don't lie to your wife and kids. Don't go behind and start having affairs and start doing things that you betray the trust of your wife and your children. Don't do that. Because you'll have to pay a very heavy price in life. You'll have to pay a very heavy price in life. And you'll regret it. You'll regret that price. You will lose your kids, you'll lose your wife, you'll lose your trust, and that's it. Then what is going to happen? That's why, my respected Muslims, I started my talk that today's time, the biggest problem is domestic violence. I mentioned this, $36 billion per year in this country, it is spent on this domestic violence. Not million, billion. You can think, and we want to become like them, subhanallah. We want to become like Americans and Westerners. And you think their problems, they're not going to come into your house? Become like Rasulullah sallallahu alaihi wasallam. One thing, and I finish my talk. One key thing I'm going to tell you, one key thing. Imam Bukhari has narrated that, and I say that a lot of times at night also. Babu Nahyi fi Samari fi Layl. Imam Bukhari has made a chapter that in those old days, people would sit with friends and the whole night they would gossip about things. That one person would, a storyteller would sit and he would tell stories. Like today's time, person is watching movies or going out with friends. Today's is boys' night, today's is friends' night, today's women's night, today's is girls' night. After Isha, stay at home, don't go anywhere else. Spend your time with your family. That's it. Give quality time to your family. You know, friends are friends. Ata kulli dhi haqqin haqqa, give them the right, that's it. But give your family quality times. What happens? Oh, we're going to go, oh, we're invited. Majority of the Asian people, Indian, Pakistani, Bengali, whatever, we invite. They think going to a social gathering is like everything in their life. So they dress up. People practically go in summer holidays. They go back home and they do shopping, buying clothes. They go in summer and they go in December. Women folk go and they go shopping so that at every event they can wear new clothes and they're going to go with a new purse, a new jewelry and show off that look, I got this and I got this and I got this. What is happening? And the kids are home. Okay, pizza will come to you, enjoy. And when they go there, the men are with the men, the women are with them. What are you doing? What are you doing? What are you doing? You're losing your whole family. You're wasting your time. You're partying. You're wasting. Don't you get it? And you're proud about it. And you talk, oh, I'm this. My respected Muslims, may Allah protect me and may Allah protect you also. But let's wake up before it's too late. Let's change our life. Let's become practical people. Let's turn towards Allah and fear Allah regarding our families, our children, because Allah says, Ya ayyuhalladhina amanu qu anfusakum wa ahlikum nara. May Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala give me tawfiq also, and may Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala give all of us tawfiq.